Thank you, Minister Krueger, for your words. And for our industry, as we move forwards towards a more sustainable future, as you indicate, certainly for BC to have a leading role at a national level is very exciting, I believe, for us, certainly at ETHOS, but also for the industry as a whole across the province. And I know that speaking to my colleagues in other parts of Canada, they're looking very closely at what we're doing here and very excited about our plans to go into a more national, take a more national perspective. The certification introduced by Mr. Krueger is an important program that will soon be available to operators across the province, as the Minister has indicated, and of course across Canada. We're also pleased to have Honourable John Yap here today. John is the Minister of State for Climate Action, and I believe he'll be speaking about some of the tools, newly available tools to the tourism industry. Minister Yap was first elected in the riding of Richmond-Steveston in the 2005 provincial election. He was re-elected on May 12, 2009. Minister Yap previously served as the chair of the Government Caucus, as well as is also a member of the Treasury Board Legislative Review Cabinet Committee, as well as the Select Standing Committee of Public Accounts and Crown Corporations. He has also served as a member of the Special Committee on Sustainable Agriculture and was previously a member of the Finance and Government Services Committee. Please join us as we welcome Honourable John Yap, our Minister of State for Climate Action, to the podium.
Thank you very much, Paul. It's great to be here. Good morning, everyone. It's great to see Scott MacDonald of the Pacific Carbon Trust here, and always a pleasure to be here with my good friend and colleague, Minister Krueger. It's July, and the sun is out, and the tourist season is in full swing. And British Columbia, of course, we all know, all of you know, has been a destination of choice for tourists for many, many years and more to come. This February, we hosted the world, as Minister Krueger said, and this really brought British Columbia to even more people around the world. Over 3 billion people at some point during those magical 2 weeks in February were touched by some image or some information or something about British Columbia during that time. And the reviews still coming in about what a great success, what a great host all of us were, all British Columbians were, all of you in this room, and all the people you represent, a great host that we all were during the Olympic Games. So that's what's good for tourism is good for British Columbia, and that's your business, what all of you are involved in. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about climate action, because while we want to continue to build our economy, that's priority number one, we also have to make a priority the actions we take in terms of our environment. We can't consider the two to be a choice between one or the other. We have to consider that the environment supports economic activity, and that certainly is true in this industry, in tourism. The landscapes, the fresh air, the water, and the wildlife here in our beloved province bring people from around the world. If you ask someone outside of British Columbia, outside of Canada, about their image of Canada, about their image of British Columbia, I'll bet you they'll talk about the landscapes and the seascapes and the pristine opportunities to come here and experience our province. This natural heritage that we all enjoy is worth protecting. As Minister of State for Climate Action, it's my charge to help the province meet its targets for reducing greenhouse gas emissions. We have some of the most ambitious targets in terms of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Some of you may know we've legislated targets of 33% reduction by 2020 and a longer-term target of 80% reduction by 2050. We have a carbon tax to help us transition away from fossil fuels. We're making unprecedented investments in clean energy and the homegrown clean tech sector. Some of you may know that the clean tech sector is one of the largest in the world. Some say the third largest cluster of clean tech companies in the world after California and Germany. And this year, we will be, here in British Columbia, North America's first carbon-neutral public service. And with the help of Pacific Carbon Trust, we're building a carbon offset market in BC, right here. The World Bank puts the value of the carbon market at about $126 billion US dollars, double its 2007 value. with the help of the Pacific Carbon Trust, we intend to capitalize on this growing opportunity. We are undertaking these actions because we know that something has to be done about climate change, and we're determined to continue to be leaders in North America. Which brings me to why we're all here today, for some exciting announcements. More people than ever are exploring our province, and that's a good thing, but we must be mindful of how we work, how we travel, and how we vacation. We want to continue to grow our tourism industry and all of its attendant business offshoots in a sustainable way. We've heard from Minister Krueger about the National Sustainable Tourism Certification Program, and I'm now proud today to launch 2 online pieces of software that will help tourists and tourism operators lower their carbon pollution levels in their vacations and their operations. While I'm talking to you, you can see behind me a small demonstration of each of these software programs. I encourage you to have a look at the programs, go online at some point and explore them in more detail. There are also some computers at the back of the room if you'd like to take a closer look after the proceedings. So first of all, the ETHOS Travel Calculator. Developed in partnership with the Pacific Carbon Trust, ETHOS is a tool that enables visitors to learn about as well as offset their travel carbon footprint. Quite simply, when you go online to plan a vacation through an ETHOS member, the travel calculator will show you the amount of carbon the trip will emit. It's that simple. This will draw a link between your vacation plans and your carbon footprint resulting from these plans. This is a great tool to build awareness. And with the help of Pacific Carbon Trust, we're taking this awareness a step further. Once you see the carbon footprint of, say, your flight from Victoria to Vancouver, as an example, the ETHOS tool will also allow you to buy carbon offsets. In fact, it will be a one-stop shop to show you the effect of your trip and how to mitigate its carbon footprint. As most of you likely know, when you buy an offset, you effectively neutralize the carbon pollution by investing in BC projects that lower carbon emissions here in province British Columbia. The second tool we're launching here today is the Gobi Carbon Management Tool for Business. This program was developed by Gobi Carbon Management Solutions, a Vancouver-based company. It's a great example of yet another green service business right here in British Columbia. Gobi is another web-based tool that targets the tourism and hospitality operators. That's many of you here in this room today. At a glance, it helps business measure, report, and reduce their carbon footprint. Taken together, one tool for tourists and one tool for tourism operators, and you can see that this is a powerful pair of tools for BC's burgeoning tourism industry. As I said earlier, I encourage you to check out these tools online yourselves. And to conclude, I'd like to say that managing our carbon footprint is not only the right thing to do, it also makes good business sense. Preserving our wild places, building awareness about our carbon footprint, and helping to build a homegrown offset market here in BC are laying a foundation for building further the tourism industry that we can all enjoy for years to come. Thank you very much.